Today, the St. Bonaventure women's basketball team did what it's been doing all season, and that's win. With an 80-69 victory over Atlantic 10 opponent George Washington, the Bonnies improved to 22-2 overall. Let's take a look at how it happened.
Thanks, Shannon. Let's get to the highlights here.
Really looking good.
GW gets his win the tip, and on the opening play, Myers here gets her 1,000th point.
Got it in.
And then it's Ortega driving inside, doing her trademark spin dribble, pulling off the J for 2. And then it's Jenkins coming off the screen here and pulling up for 3. She had a big day. It was the Jess Jenkins show in the first half. She put up 17. And here's Jenkins driving inside, hitting the 2.
Gonna be a long day on the boards.
And here it's Horton to Jenkins on the wing again.
Crash.
3 more.
Break when you drop a play.
Here it's GW. Miller pulling up just before the half. The Bonnies take a 38-31 lead into the locker room. And here it's Booker from the baseline, finishing for 2. And then a Walker is going to go hard to the rim here, get the finish and the foul. It was a common theme for Walker here as we take another look. She had 14 on the day.
And they're shooting the 3.
Here it's Ortega kicking out to Cece Dixon in the corner for 3.
As the team's getting better.
Here's Danny Jackson, the leading scorer for the Colonials, was held to just 10.
Oh, definitely.
And then Jenkins one more time. She hit 8 threes for a season-high 32 points. And then here, reserve Ashley Zahn drives hard, gets a layup and a foul. The Bonnies will win this one, 80-69 to improve to 9-0 in A-10 conference play. Let's get to the press conference.
Situation with their injuries and whatnot, and I thought they had a really good approach and game plan, and executed that well. I didn't love our approach. I didn't love our effort at times, and that's something that I haven't had an issue with in a long time. So hopefully our kids are able to learn from that. It doesn't shock me. We've had a heck of a stretch, you know, so I think there was some letdown that we were due. But when we needed to make plays, we made plays on both ends, and you know, we're able and fortunate to come away with a victory.
Are you? I know that you're sick of talking about Jessica and her three-point shooting, but I mean, it's something that we kind of come to expect, and maybe not rely on, but it's one of those.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that's really impressive that I don't know if enough people understand is how many big ones she makes. Like, we're not blowing people out and she's getting 2 or 3, you know, in the last 3 minutes of games. You know, we needed all of them today. You know, we didn't have any other real offense going with any consistency. You know, so the fact that she does that and is getting to her line, getting the line more and doing some of those things, you know, it's obviously an exception. She does it when we need it, and that's the true testament of a great player, which obviously she is.
Jim, you think maybe part of the factor is your kids look over and see 6 on the other bench and say, well.
Yeah, I'm sure that's, you know, yeah, I think there's a lot of other things you can kind of look into where we weren't where we needed to be. We're not going to really spend time on that. We're just going to make sure we fix it.
Right.
You know, but I'm sure that's part of it. And again, I give them a ton of credit. I thought they handled substitution well. They played at a pace that they were comfortable with, and you know, got the ball to the right people when they need to.
Mike was profuse in his complimentary remarks about honoring his player after 1,000 points. He just thought that was a really classy move, and he credited the AD and Sister Margaret, but particularly you for doing that.
She's a good kid. I mean, that kid's been there, you know, and been playing well for 4 years, and you know, it's a big milestone, and you know, I would think anyone would do that. I would think it's a big deal. I mean, she's a good kid, she's a good competitor. That's still what it's supposed to be about.
Well, you ever had somebody get 1,000 on the road? And
yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, I've never had that approached, you know, but
right.
You know, I knew her mom was there, and that was an important milestone. So, also St. Bonaventure on it, so promotion. So.
What kind of things did Myers do to make her difficult to defend?
You know, she made some deep threes with people on her. So now you're worried about that. So now you're kind of, you know, getting off balance with that. And then she got to the basket really well. And you know, she put a lot of pressure on her defense. They set some good screens for her. You know, we knew she was going to come out aggressive because she has been the last few games. She's a kid who's a senior who knows that her time's coming. So she's going with everything she has for that. So. I get a lot of credit there.
Do you think the effort started to change when you had a 10-0 run to end the first half?
I thought, a little bit better. I thought at times in the second half we put it together. I actually thought the second half, for the most part, other than a stretch where they kind of knocked it down to 4 or so when we gave up a few layups, it was decent. But we usually aren't a team that gets beat to a lot of long rebounds, and we got beat to probably a half dozen today, and that's just not where we need to be.
Just to talk about Coach said that you hit big threes, and GW coach was saying that you shoot under duress, very well, as opposed to other. Is that something that comes to you and the? I mean, that can be difficult. You're stepping back and taking a shot and making it.
It's just kind of a different approach. When I shoot on my own this year, I do a lot more stuff off the move and some deeper stuff. So, in games when I actually shoot off the move, I don't really see the defender as much as I have in past years.
So you've worked on that, on shooting off the move from distance?
Yeah.
Just when you hit 8 or 9, your percentage is always really good. Is that one of those things where today's my day? You just gotta have that feel.
I think I missed some open looks, but had an alright day, so it's alright. It's a good day.
8 out of 15 is a little better than alright.
Yeah. I'll say it, and I don't know where it's going to go. She's a player of the year in this league. I don't know if she'll get it, but there's nobody doing more, and that's no disrespect to any other player. But I would hope people would recognize, the level she's consistently doing, and all the other things she's doing for us. And it's really fun to be part of.
Do you think in a way that you guys have picked an odd year to have such a great season? Because I think there's a perception maybe the league is down, and therefore maybe some of what you've accomplished is a bit devalued, kind of unfairly.
I would say it's very unfair. I would also say that I think that's the way people are approaching it, and thank you that they are. We're going to keep doing what we're doing, and if people don't understand or recognize the talent that we have and the way we're capable of playing, I think it's great, because that's just another thing we can use. We still have as many teams in the place of the RPI that we had last year. We don't have the so-called flagship place, but I'm not sure how far off where Xavier was, and I think they were top 10. Well, we're top 20 in the RPI, 21st or whatever it is. So, and everybody else is still pretty even. So I don't know if I don't think that perception is correct. I think what you're saying is accurate with the way people are looking at it. I obviously don't think it's correct, but I still think it's very difficult for people to give credit to our program as far as being an elite team. We told our team early in the year, we're not a scrappy team, we're a good team. I still think people want to look at us as this scrappy team, and I think it's great that they do it because they're flat out wrong.
11 wins in a row against your schedule in this league, that's a pretty big deal.
I would agree. I would very much agree. And it wasn't like we took the day off on non-conference. The rankings, the other comments, all that stuff, good for them. It doesn't take away what we've done. It doesn't take away that those other teams are still good. I mean, everyone who says those kind of things are actually saying them against their own team. So if that's the approach they want to take, that's fine. We know who we are, we know what we're capable of, and we know the ability we have at the level we're going to hold ourselves accountable to.
Just, I know we asked you if you felt like, if you can feel it, but with this team, on nights when you're not hitting it, somebody else can hit it. And in fact, last time, Doris said, you guys said, you and Meg said, go ahead and shoot, go ahead and take it. Is there a sense on the team when you know where the offense is going to come from, that you can run through that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when Doris was having a big game, we were trying to get her a touch every time, and I think it's the same thing when Meg or me are having a big game. Whoever's, we want to get them a touch every time because we know that they're putting points up on the board. We don't care who's scoring. As long as we're scoring and getting stops, that's fine.
Jess, when you're going against a team that only has one sub, could you tell as the game went on if like certain players were getting tired?
I mean, a couple shots of theirs started coming up short, but I mean, we still had to go at them just as hard as we were, you know, at the beginning or anything, because they were, when you get, you know, kind of come back on us and they were only down by like 4 or whatever, that's kind of like adrenaline's just going to take over, and so we kind of had to make a run to try to put them away.
Coach, Ward had 8 assists and 0 points, and she only took 2 shots. Can you talk about her impact in this game?
Well, I thought she did a great job of delivering the ball where it needed to be and really finding people. You know, Arm's not playing at Arm's capabilities just yet. I hope she's close. What I mean by that is she's really good getting in the paint and making good things happen, and she's still kind of feeling her way back into that. I think she'd tell you that too. I would hope she would. But she still made plays, and again, I don't know if in the last, you know, we're not playing as well as we're capable. You know, so it's okay that we're still finding a way to win. And what's important is I think our kids are still pretty driven to get to that higher level and still play better. And I think Arm's one of those kids.
Pretty good crowd for a Saturday afternoon.
Great crowd. Great crowd. Thrilled that many people there and their willingness to be part of the Playfair Academy.
Anything else? All right. Thank you.
Thank you.